Hey, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about YPG permits that you will need to access the property. There's public access on YPG that you can go and explore. Same with the buried Goldwater mine. So we're going to be evaluating that and some of the laws and regulations that go along with that. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can see future videos. All the links in the description below go towards supporting this channel. The Patreon really helps us out, so please go check that out. I give away fishing and hunting spots in the local area. So if you're interested in finding out where we're catching fish, how we're catching them, what we're throwing, everything, the weather, the temperature, all that, go to Patreon in the link below and you'll be able to see all that information. I give GPS coordinates of where we're at, where we're catching them, how we got there, everything. All right. So if that's interesting to you, go check that out. I have merchandise in the links below as well that support us and helping us take out veterans hunting and fishing to combat veteran suicide, which is what this channel is all about. And if anyone right now is having suicide ideation, please reach out and talk to somebody. Let them know what you're going through. Talk to them, and this is a good thing to do. All right, you didn't come into this world on your own. Please don't try and leave it on your own. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first things first, we're going to go to, I just type in iSportsman's YPG. That's it. And it's the first link right there. Pops up, click on it. And this is the page it's going to bring you to. So, it's kind of weird. Their website, it's good. It's a good website. It's not super complicated. I don't like how you have to go to hunt areas and maps or hunting area maps in order to see the maps of the area. I'd like to see that in my account. That'd be nice, but it's fine. You have to log out and then you have to relog back in. So if I want to sign up for a permit, I've got to log in, do all the steps, and then if I want to see any of the maps, I have to log out of my account to go look at the maps, but it's all right. All right, so here's one of the maps. So these are all the areas that you can hunt. So this area right here, this green area, is the Kofa National Wild Refuge. And the east arm right here, these little light gray boxes, is where you can hunt. So the Chocolate Mountains over here, the Highway 95 right on the east side. These gray areas is where you cannot hunt. Cannot hunt these areas. So basically everything down here is a no-go. Yeah, there you go. They're red now. The red areas you can go and hunt. So you can click on them. If you click on them, it'll say right here, Yuma Proving Grounds, East Arm, closed or otherwise not available. Now every time I've ever clicked on any of these things, they always say closed, not available. But then you call YPG Range Control and ask if the area is open, and 99% of the time they're open. So that's what I have found, that this site doesn't really match up with what actually is going on in the areas. So that just kind of gives you a brief overview. Yuma's right over here, and you can access all these areas on the outskirts. Now you're going to have different regulations if you get into the Kofas versus outside of the Kofas. And same thing over here. This is going to be the Cibolas. You're going to want to look up the Cibola hunting regulations, which pretty much reflects the Arizona Game and Fish regulations. And but you just want to check them because they do have different things that they require. Like in the Kofas, you can't even take your dog off the leash unless if they're actively hunting. So if you're just out there walking your dog, you got to have it on a leash in the middle of the desert. So unless if they're actively hunting. So different little weird, regulations like that. But let's go back. Okay, we can go to my account to first set up. So you do new user registration. You go through that process. I'm already registered. So you would go in here, type in whatever username you want, create a password, confirm it. Your first and last is where you want to put your first and last name, actual one's date of birth, because that's going to verify who you are whenever you go to sign in and wherever you go to check into an area. Confirm your email address, all that good stuff, but we're just going to go sign in real quick. Okay, and then once we're signed in, you'll have your account here, available permits, lottery. I don't really know what the lottery is about, harvest tags, and my safety briefs. So basically what you want to do is, you can see these are all my permits that I've had for 2021, 22. So what you want to do is you want to go to my safety briefs. And you'll see that I have taken the quiz and I have passed on October 11th, 2021, the range safety brief. Basically a very long YouTube video about how to navigate the range, how to check in and how to check out of the range. And that's it. You watch it. I think it's probably about 30 minutes of a watch. And then you basically pass right away. And then I don't think there's an actual written test. Well, no, there is a written test that you'll have to take. You have to you're going to want to know the range numbers. You're going to like where to call, the numbers to call. I think like the KOFA is all threes, 33333 on the last four, and a few others. I put all those numbers in my cell phone right away because that's what you're going to want. Now, available permits. So once your range safety brief is done and you've completed that and passed the test, you're going to go to background check period, which is lasts probably about 8 days or so. 7 to 8 days, and they're going to do a background check on you, make sure you don't have any like crazy stuff on your record, and if you pass the background check, then you'll be okay to access the YPG premises. You'll go to available permits, and then you'll see right here I have the hunting access pass, and I can add that to the cart, and then I registered my weapons as well. Check out. Order is free. Confirm. And print. And there you go. You have all the information you need right here. I'm obviously going to block out some of this personal information. It'll have all the weapons that you registered right in here, and your serial number, action caliber, all stuff like that. So this is going to be your hunter number right here. This is the number that you're going to give range control. And then next time that's when you check in. So then next time when you go to check out, all you say is Hotel 11 checking out. That's it. It's real fast and easy, and then they're like, all right, got you checking out at 8:47, so that's the purpose of that. But to begin with, you're going to want to give them that number. It'll have that you completed your range safety briefing and your background check was all completed, and then it'll give you the permits that you have. So if you go to my account, you'll have your profile, restrictions, past orders. You can see all the orders you've made in the past right there. Want to register your vehicle, that has to be done if you're going to go on to YPG. It's good to put an emergency contact number in there in case if you don't end up checking out when you said you were going to check out. They'll call that person and say, have you heard from this person? They need to be checking out. If you don't check out of YPG when you say you're going to be checking out, then they're going to basically send out a search team for you if they can't get a hold of you or anybody in your contact list and nobody's heard from you. they're going to send a search team out after you. If you forgot to call and you went home, they might give you a pass the first time without checking out. They might pass you the first time, give you a warning, but this, like, probably the second or third time, or I would say probably the second time, they could revoke your access to YPG. The first time they could revoke your access to YPG for not properly checking out. So you want to make sure you check out when you check out. Then, in order to go and see what the regulations are, you go to regulations, hunt regulations. And they'll give you a 17-page paper that you can review. Basically, if you just want to go, let's say you want to go to the East Arm or something like that. So it'll show approved hunting areas, camping restrictions. That's another one that we'll have to hit again. Camping restrictions, because there's a few. But I'll just type in control, or I'll do control find. And I will do East Arm. Okay, so when I typed in East Arm, you're going to get procedures for hunting on YPG. Check-in. Hunters will check in with range control to receive range clearance before entering the installation to hunt. Hunters entering the installation will check in with range control. That's that 333, the 328, 333. So this is a big one right here that kind of threw me off right here. When range control is not available, hunters will be transferred automatically to DOO. It's the police desk to acquire a range clearance. So I called one time and I was like, I called the 333. That's the one I always call. And it was like, the person that picked up is like, emergencies, whatever, blah, blah. How can I help you? And I'm like, whoa, this is not an emergency. I'm just trying to check in. And I was like, I don't know if I have the right number. I'm trying to check in to a hunting area. And they're like, oh, okay. So what happens is when range control, like on the weekends or holidays, the people at range control are off. And so that transfers it over to the police station. And I think it's the county, Yuma County possibly. But they, I don't know what police station they transfer it to, but it'll be a police line. So you have to have a range clearance before entering into any part of YPG. If you're going to move anywhere from on YPG, if you're going to move from one area to another area, you have to contact range control and inform them before you move. So this is where it says range operations depend on range control knowing who is on the range, where they are on the range. Failure to check out may result in loss of hunting privileges. Failure to check out may result in assignment of monetary penalties if it is necessary for YPG to search for any missing party. So that's why you want to check out. If they go searching for you because you didn't check out and you're at home eating donuts, yeah, you're going to be paying some fines. So if you want to camp at YPG overnight, you have to tell range control when you're calling in for the first time. You must give the location of the campsite, and anyone staying overnight must contact range control on a daily basis between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. I did not know that. So if you're gonna be camping, you got to contact them, and if you don't have service, that sucks. So, but range control is pretty flexible. If you're in an area and you say, yeah, look, I know I don't have service here, and I'm not going to be able to call you between 5 and 6 p.m., they might be a little bit flexible with you on that. But yeah, I didn't know that. You got to call if you're going to stay overnight between 5 and 6 and say, yep, I'm staying. Here again is a map area lined out where you can hunt. Okay, so this is where there's no camping. Okay, so camping closure right there. That's going to be in the east arm right over here. And then there's going to be an area section over here where there's no camping. Over here in the Cibola range. So just a small little section where it says no camping. I wish they had like better coordinates of this, because like how am I going to match that up on the map. It's going to be kind of difficult. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, it's kind of inconvenient. So it'd be nice if they gave you an exact boundary and GPS locations of where not to camp at. So here's where it says, no camping is allowed at intersection of Cibola Lake Road and Ehrenberg Roads. Camping and the use of motorized vehicles are prohibited within White Tank's management area. Okay, so that might narrow it down a little bit more. Alright, so next we're going to go into the Luke Air Force Base procedures, which is basically going to be the same exact procedures. So, let's go back. So, all I did was type in iSportsman. It came up right away. Home, Luke Air Force Base. That's what you want right there. It says it'll be luke.isportsmans.net. Same thing here. Access map is right there. This one's a lot more complicated right here because they have different areas that are broken down into little sections. Same thing, you log in, do the same procedures as we did with YPG, and that's pretty much it. Now let's see if we can get into a map area here. Loading. Okay, here we go. And then that'll give you a little bit better of an idea of how to select what block you want to enter at. We won't go too far into this one, but it's basically the same procedures as YPG. You're going to want to call range control, let them know where you're going, how long you're going to be in there. You're going to want to have your access permits and all that. In order to get to that interactive map, you just hit interactive map, visitor access rules and maps. That way you can kind of see what rules you need to be following in what area. So if we were to do Alright, so that gives us a lot better of a map. That's going to be the west side of this bombing range. And that's one of the ones I printed off right there. It gives you all the rules, operations, your responsibilities, environmental hazards, resource protection, natural resources, protected species. These are very important to read and to understand so that you don't violate anything. You have to have a hunting license to take whatever wildlife you want to legally take. So camping in this area require range permits. You got to be having your permits, and then camping within a quarter mile of a water hole for wildlife is prohibited by state law. Vehicles must remain within 50 feet of the center line of a designated road. Camping is limited to 14 consecutive days within a 28-day period. So 2 weeks, that's what you get. It's recommended that you bring your own firewood. You may collect and burn dead, downed, and detached wood. Do not cut standing trees, either dead or alive. Collection of wood for commercial or other outside is prohibited. Completely extinguish your fire and disperse fire rings and ashes. Okay, so mines. There's numerous abandoned mines, wells, and shafts are scattered throughout the area. Entry into mines is strictly prohibited. Alright, thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something from that. Please drop a comment below if I missed something. And if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and check out our links below for Patreon and learning where we're hunting and fishing at. So thank you and God bless.